So we're going to start in the seated cross-leg position. You can sit on a block or a cushion if you want to, and if you're not comfortable with your legs crossed, just put them wherever they want to go. So let's just open the chest and shoulders, turn the palms up, and just focus on aligning that spine. So just gently breathing in and out, not really thinking about your breathing, but not holding it either. Can we just nod the chin very slightly, get that feeling of lengthening up the back of the neck, and then grow tall through the spine. Feel the bum bones on the floor. Gently draw in on the belly button, draw up on the pelvic floor. Let's now come to the breath, breathing slowly and evenly in through the nose. And then exhaling slowly and evenly through the nose or the mouth, depending on how that's feeling. So just letting the breath move evenly in and out. Super. Let's bring the hands onto the shoulders here. Let's take a breath in. As we breathe out, just turn the shoulders to the right, not too far to start. Come on back through center. Inhale, sitting tall. Exhaling, rotating to the left. Let's keep that moving. And so the back of the neck is not moving independently. Movement coming through shoulders and upper thoracic spine there. And then let's release the hands and just make that a little bit more deep. So hand on the knee, hand behind you, lengthen up through your spine. Take a slow breath in and a slow breath out. Let's release and go around the other way. One hand to the knee, one to the floor. Lengthen up onto the sit bones. Breathing in slowly. And breathing out slowly. Let's release and set that up again on the other side. So this time we are including the neck, the shoulders are down and back. Let's see if we can hold for 2 slow breaths in and out this time. And then releasing and coming around the other way, lengthening, restacking the spine, rotating through the neck and shoulders. 2 slow breaths. And release. Coming to center, hands just underneath the knees there for me now. Let's roll through a pelvic tilt. So starting up on the bum bones, scoop and roll the pelvis. So not really trying to load into the abdominals, just make a C curve with the spine. And then roll forward first, and then restack from the bottom to the top. Inhale. Exhale, roll from the top of the spine, tuck the pelvis. Rolling back just a little bit, but not aiming to switch the abs on too much. Rolling forward, restacking. Let's have 2 more. So feel each section of your spine taking part in the stretch. Coming into my last one. Super. Let's take the legs out in front and just give them a bit of a shake there. And then sitting up on those bum bones once again, can we just circle wrists and ankles? Nice slow full range one way. And then the other way, please. legs in to butterfly, soles of the feet together. Hands on the ankles. If you put your thumbs on your instep and just try to rotate and open from the ankle, and then use the elbow to press and open through the hip. So I've got slight lean forward to help me open the hips, so I can feel a stretch down in my lower back, my inner thigh. Holding there. Breathe slowly into the back of the rib cage. And then release, bringing the knees up. Take the feet hip width apart, take the hands behind you, move the weight back, and then just rock on and off the sides of the feet slowly. And just let that move quite freely, you don't have to think about the breath. Just feel through the hips and knees. Oh, they're feeling stiff. However that is the floorboard you can hear creaking, not me. Super, come back up onto your bottom. Let's have right leg in front, left leg in. So the leg is directly in front of you rather than out to the side. Let's just try a gentle forward fold, lengthen up, inhale. Exhale, forward, reach towards the foot, don't hold. Place your hands on your leg and just walk back up slowly with support till we warm the back up a little bit more. Stretch up, inhale. Reach forward, exhale. Hands are coming onto the shin and we are walking back up and unrolling. Let's try one more on this leg. Inhale up. Exhale, come forward, and we will hold this one if we can, so you can get to your ankle or your foot. Just let your spine curve and your head drop. Now don't force it, we're just really letting the body weight drop towards the leg. Breathe into the back of the rib cage. And then bringing the hands on the shins, walking up slowly. Super, give the legs a shake. Let's try that on the other leg. So leg directly in front to get into hamstrings, hip and lower back. Extending up out of the rib cage. Reaching with that lengthened feeling and then relaxing down onto the shin and just walking back up slowly. So each time we do this, we should be able to get a little bit further. We should be creating space between the vertebra and the discs in the spine. Hands coming to shin and walking up slowly. And then we're going to hold this last one, reaching up, breathing in, breathing out, forward fold. And then holding on to foot or ankle. So on the other side, I can get to my foot quite easily, but not so easy on this side. Make sure both bum bones are down and you've not rocked across. Breathe into the back of the ribs, head is relaxed. And then walking the hands from the shin, up the knee, and the thigh. Super, legs in front and give them a shake. Let's come down onto the back now, please. And just bring some head support with you if you want it. And then bring the right leg in. And if you need support, hold on to it. But if you can put your hands on the floor, put your hands on the floor. So let's just draw a circle with the knee on the ceiling. So let's do 3 or 4 circles in one direction and then 3 or 4 circles in the other direction. Lovely, then let's take both hands at the back of the right leg. Drop your heel towards your bottom, breathe in. So mobilise in the knee. Then we breathe out, push the heel up, flex the foot. We stretch the knee and the hamstring. We bend the knee, breathe in. We breathe out, stretch, push up. So if you flex your foot as you flex your knee, then you'll mobilize both the joints, breathing in to bend, breathing out to push. And one last time, breathing in to bend, breathing out to flex, push and hold. And then just to develop that stretch, slide the left leg halfway or all the way out, and you'll feel a stretch develop. But if you want to go that little bit further, you can walk up the leg and your head can be up or down. Have your elbows out to the side. Try to get the shoulder blades off the mat if you're lifting. Your eye gaze is towards your knee. We are breathing in through the nose and out through the nose or mouth. Coming down slowly and relaxing, head comes back down. Both knees are bent, hands are on the floor, float that left leg up, brace the abdominals and just start to mobilize the hip, drawing a circle, imagining your knee drawing the circle on the ceiling. And then going the other way. Holding at the back of the thigh, pulling the leg in to stretch the hip and the knee, and then we push up, flex the foot, hamstring and calf. So bending slowly with a relaxed foot, breathing in. Exhaling, heel pushes up, leg extends, doesn't necessarily have to lock, as long as you feel the stretch. Bend the knee, breathe in. Breathe out, push, flex and hold. And then find the stretch in the hamstring by either lengthening the right leg halfway or all the way out, walking up towards the calf or ankle, lifting the head up or keeping it down. If your head is lifted, elbows are out to the side, eye gaze is towards the knee, and we are taking shallow, slow breaths. Coming down slowly. Super, feet and knees together on the floor. Arms out to the side, palms up. Can you press into your toes and just get your heels slightly off the floor? Not up very high, but just so they've not got any weight in them. Rotate over to the right, keep the toes and ankles together. Turn your head to the left. And breathe in as you drop. Brace your abdominals and come back up. Keep that moving slowly. In breath as you slowly lower. Out breath as you come back slowly. To stay switched on through the abdominals. They are going to support the weight of the legs and the rotation of the pelvis. Come on back up to center, please. Can you drop your heels now and cross your left leg over your right leg? Tightly as though you need a wee, so not really a hip opener. And then rotate slowly over to the right side to feel the stretch develop around the left hip, into the back, probably across the chest as well. And then trying to get both toes on the floor. And then just breathe into that stretch if it's not too uncomfortable. holding here. And I'm just trying to relax my body a little bit more with every out breath, so that more weight is falling into the floor as my spine and my hip eases. To come out of this, I need you to brace your abdominals and squeeze your legs together. Otherwise, it's quite a lot of stress on the lower back. So squeeze, come up. And then place the left foot on the floor. Cross right leg tightly over left. And we are rotating slowly to the left. So trying to get both feet to the floor. If that's gradual, that's fine. Now press the shoulders down. Turn your head the opposite way if it's not stressful on your neck. And focus on sinking into the mat each time you breathe out. Close your eyes if you wish. Just relax into the stretch. Out of the stretch, draw down on the abs, squeeze the legs tightly, and come back to center. Super, let's put both feet on the floor, bring the knees in now, and just circle that pelvis around for me. And the other way. Let's place both feet on the floor, hip distance apart, heels fairly close to the bottom. And now can you rock your pelvis through flexion extension? So not a shoulder bridge, just flexion and extension of the lumbar spine. So if there's no back pain as you do it, when you come through neutral, then you can come into a fairly big extension. So your bottom 1 or 2 ribs might lift with your tailbone down, and then reset, neutral, imprint, and flexion. Lovely. If it doesn't give you any hip pain, try it with the soles of your feet together and your legs in butterfly. So perhaps open the palms, turn them up to the ceiling, open the chest. And this will probably be a smaller movement, because what we don't want is for the knees to start lifting too much. But you can, in that position, think about recruiting into the pelvic floor. Let's just do that one more time. Finish it either in neutral or extension, wherever you feel relaxed. And then cross your arms and hold your elbows and extend the arms over the head into a nice deep shoulder stretch. Let the weight of the arms fall into the floor. And then try to send your breath into your abdominals. So feel the breath move down through the rib cage, into the diaphragm, into the abdominals, and then feel it come back out reverse. Abdominals, diaphragm, chest, and out through the nose or mouth. So a couple more long, slow breaths in that position, please. On your next out breath, and please don't rush it, bring the arms back over, pull down on the abdominals. Hands coming to floor, knees coming together, rolling onto one side and coming over onto all fours for cat stretch, please. So come over slowly and safely, hands under shoulders, spread the fingers. Knees hip width apart. Can we just transfer the weight forwards into the hands and back into the knees? Maintaining a flat back. Feel that the back of your neck is long. Eye gaze towards the mat. Can you settle where your weight is even between all four limbs? With the elbows soft, the arms and legs staying still. Pelvic tilt. Now we've already released the lower back, so straight away start to roll the full length of the spine. Drop the head, look through the legs. And then roll again from the pelvis through to extension. Avoid your body weight moving forwards and backwards as you do that, and connect the movement with the breath. Just going to take this music down a smidge. So keep rolling gently through flexion and extension. And next time you roll into flexion, can you tuck your toes under, please? Make sure your hands and feet are on the mat, and then press upwards and backwards into downward dog. So weight transfers back. Now we're trying to draw our shoulder blades together and get our ears by our biceps, but we might not be stretched enough to quite get there yet. Keep pressing back through the hands and feet and gently give your feet a pedal. Now we're not necessarily aiming to lock the legs, but we are aiming to keep the hips high and feel a stretch down the calf and the hamstring. Press both heels down and hold. From here, can you transfer forward into plank? Adjust your hand position if you need to. Your shoulders should be over your palms. Body is in a straight line. So eye gaze is forward of hands, chest in line with hands. Dropping slowly to the knees. Releasing the toes. Start to peel yourself down onto the mat, hips leading the way. Hips, chest, shoulders and chin. Hands remain under shoulders. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, elbows squeeze towards each other. We come up. Now you don't have to straighten the arms. See how your back feels. If you can straighten the arms, that might mean lifting your hips, but only go there if it's comfortable. Eye gaze forward. Let's hold here for a couple of breaths. I can feel a really long stretch down my abdominals, into my hips, coming down slowly. Again, hips, chest, shoulders and chin. Tuck your toes under, leading with your bottom, pushing up and back into downward dog. Adjust your position if it's not quite right. Press the weight back through the palms. Hopefully those shoulders have opened up a little bit. Eye gazes through the legs. Pedal your feet. And then press back once again and hold. Transferring forward. Into plank. Brace the abdominals. Take a breath in here. Breathe out slowly lower. Knees, release toes. Hips, chest, shoulders and chin. Breathing in. Breathing out, push through the palms. Extend with bent or straight arms. Hips up or down, but like a nice long neck. Holding here. Press through the hips if it's not too uncomfortable on the back. Stay engaged through the abdominals. Good. Lower slowly towards the mat. Tuck your toes under. Pushing back into downward dog. Holding there. I'm going to bring my feet in a little bit now, just so that I've got a bit more weight into one foot, because I'm going to take one foot off the floor. So just test it by lifting the foot a small amount. See how you feel. Make sure you feel okay with it. Now, curl your right heel towards your bottom by bending your knee. Then press through your hands and extend your leg up as much as you can. Hold it. If it's too much, stay with 2 feet on the floor. Okay, ears open. Bring your right heel across towards your left buttock. And then push it back up and extend toe to the ceiling. Try that one more time. Right toe, left buttock. Extend the leg up. And draw the knee in. Super. 2 feet on the floor. Coming forward into plank. Transfer hold. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Knees, hips, chest, chin. Straight away we inhale. We exhale, we extend into up dog. Hold it there. Breathing in. Breathing out slowly, lower. Toes tucking under. Pushing back into downward dog on all 4 limbs to start. So you want your feet fairly close together so that we can stand on the right leg and just curl the left heel in towards the bum. Then extend up. This is our 3-legged dog. Good. Can you breathe in? Curl the heel to the opposite buttock. Breathe out, extend. One more time. Breathe in, curl the heel to the buttock. Breathe out, extend. Bring that leg in and down. Drop onto both knees. And then let's pull back into child's pose. Well done. That's quite a lot of upper body strength there. So knees out to the corners of the mat. Bring the soles of the feet together and really push the bottom back. Get your head, maybe your chest towards the mat. Let's have a fairly long release here. Allow those shoulders to recover. Keep pushing the bum back. Walk the hands around to the right side. Lengthen rather than bend. Bring the head down once again. Push the bottom back and down. Slow breaths here. Come through center. Over to the left side, not too far, lengthening rather than side bending. And then pushing the hips back. And pushing the chest down. Coming through center. Walking the hands in, supporting the weight. Uncurling the spine. Super. Okay, just give those wrists a bit of a shake and a circle. Let's have a look at our limbering lunge. So we're going to come up onto the knees, and if you think that you need maybe a block or a cushion under your back knee, get something underneath it, please. So I'm going to step forward on my left leg. And we're going to get the foot quite far forward. And can you make sure that your feet are still hip width apart, so we're not wobbling in the center here. So I'm just going to bring my hands to my heart center here, thumbs in the breastbone. I'm going to take a breath in, and as I breathe out, I'm going to tuck under first and then sink forward, and then you'll get a better stretch in the hip if you stay tucked under. And then pull back slowly on the in-breath. Keep the tail tucked. Exhale, push. Inhale, come back. And that hip loosens off quite quickly. So if you're now finding that your knee is going over your toe, just bring your foot slightly further forwards. Make sure you tuck before you press into the lunge. We are going to hold this last one. hold here. Extend both arms up. Change your eye gaze to where the ceiling meets the wall. Now stay engaged through abs and glutes. Just bring your attention to your breath. As you do that, see if you can bring your arms further back to the sides of your ears. And then see if you can lift your rib cage and extend your spine if you are pain-free. Super. If it's uncomfortable with hands together, do hands apart. I always find hands together helps me balance. Realign your spine back to neutral. Bring your hands down to your heart center. And push back. Well done. Change sides. Big step forward. Make sure they are still hip width. Foot fairly far forward. Tuck your tail under. Thumbs in breastbone, we inhale. Exhale, pressing forward into that lunge. So just work through this now at your own pace, but a slow, continuous movement. Maintaining the tuck of the tailbone. Maintaining the core engagement. And if you feel your flexibility starting to improve, creep that foot forward so our knee is over our ankle rather than our toe. And we'll hold the next one. So on your next out breath, push forward and hold. Maintain the tuck of the pelvis. Up into that extended posture. Super. So let's do this slightly differently now. Can you bring your hands so the palms are at the back of your head and your chest is open? And then can you extend your spine, lift your rib cage, open your chest. Now that will give you a deeper stretch through the chest. If there is back pain, change your position. But let's try to hold with the eye gaze upwards, the abs engaged, the hips opening. Gradually coming back to neutral spine. Extend the arms back up, palms together, and draw them back down into your heart center. And then relax, well done. Come on back, and let's come back into child's pose. So knees to the edges of the mat, soles of the feet together. This time not extending the shoulders. Can you rest your head on your hands? And just take some breaths there. Push the bottom towards the feet if the knees and hips are okay. And if it feels good, just slide your hands towards your ankles, palms towards the ceiling, shoulders just relaxing a little bit deeper into the mat. You can turn your head to one side or you can rest on your forehead. Just breathing into the back of the rib cage. Bringing the hands under the shoulders, supporting the body weight. Uncurling the spine slowly. Super. Coming down now onto your hip and then lying all the way down. I want you to put this hand under your head to give yourself a little bit of support and just relax there for me. Good. Once you're in that position, can you take your top leg over your bottom leg? Both legs are bent at the knee. Bring this hand to the back of your neck, drop the elbow to the head, and then just roll, rotate and open. See if you can eventually get your head on the floor and feel that stretch. Hold it there for a couple of breaths. Close back up slowly. And we'll try that again. All the way down with the elbow and then roll and open. So the head is supported but the chest and the shoulders are open. So my eye gazes to the ceiling. I can feel a deep stretch the length of my spine into my chest and shoulder. And then I'm closing up slowly. Super. Guys, we're going to repeat that on the other side. If you're happy, you know what you're doing, just roll over. Otherwise, come down the other end of your mat. Bottom arm is bent and it's just cradling the back of the head. Knees are bent and then top leg is over bottom leg. So our hips are stacked and our knees are bent. My head is heavy on this bottom arm. Shouldn't be any tension in the neck. So we're going to take the top arm around the back of the head and drop the elbow to the side of the ear. When you're ready, in breath to roll. Now it may not feel the same on this side. So we'll hold it for a couple of breaths first if it's not uncomfortable. If it is uncomfortable, then just continue to move slowly through it until it eases. Let's close up slowly. Trying to squeeze the elbows towards each other. And then roll again and open. Supporting the back of the head with the hands. Oh, that definitely feels better second time around. So now your focus is just on the breath. Letting gravity open the chest and rotate the spine. On your next out breath, close up slowly. And relax. Well done. Can you come back onto your back for me, please? And then just bring your knees in and let's have a circle of the pelvis. Good. Bringing your heels close to your bottom, we are going to roll up into shoulder bridge. So feet are grounded, heels are into the floor. Start with a pelvic tilt. Your spine should be loose enough to roll up slowly onto your shoulders straight away. If it isn't, that's fine. Just continue to roll up and down slowly. Your aim is to get your hip higher than your rib. So check that your rib cage isn't flaring. Float the arms over the head if that feels good. All the way if you can. I want you to try to leave your arms on the floor as you roll back down your spine, maintaining that pelvic tilt. So we're just breathing naturally at this point. Once your bottom is on the floor, float your arms back over. Once the palms are on the floor, start to pelvic tilt. Peel up from the floor segmentally. Get as much height as you can safely manage. Make sure your knees are not winging and your thighs are parallel. Connecting into your glutes at the top, float the arms. All the way over till the backs of the hands are on the floor. Go wider if your shoulders are tight. Start to lower down. Aiming to get the tailbone down before the buttocks. Watching the knees are not flaring. And then floating the arms over. Gonna hold this last one at the top. Rolling up through pelvic tilt into shoulder bridge. Hips higher than ribs. Arms floating overhead. I want you to squeeze your glutes tightly now. Pull your tummy in. Guys, if you can, angel arms, circle them round and bring your hands together under your back. Now, squeeze your shoulder blades together, interlock your fingers and get your hips high. If you have back pain, you're going to want to put your hands on your bottom, and that's fine. So hands on bottom. Otherwise, with your hands together behind your back, give your shoulders a little wriggle and try and get them closer to each other. That will give you more height through your hips. Let's try and hold this posture. Let's do it by squeezing the glutes, pulling up through the thighs, drawing up on the pelvic floor, staying connected through arms and shoulders. Anytime you need to put your hands under your bottom, do. Got 2 more breaths here if you can. Guys, let's release the hands and put them on the bottom, support the weight, and then start to slowly lower. Taking your hands away before the bum gets to the floor. And then relax, super. Get something back under your head if you need it. Take your feet wide on your mat and your arms out to the side. And just give me an open knee hip roller to release the hips and the bottom. I'll just come off this very creaky floorboard. Come on back to centre, please. Can you draw your right leg in? Can you hook your 2 fingers around your right toe? And so now my right arm is on the inside of my right leg. Push the knee outwards and towards the floor. Good. From there, extend the legs slowly, and it doesn't have to straighten, it possibly won't anyway because of our arm to leg ratio. And then extend your left leg away. Super. So when the knee is quite bent, I'm feeling the stretch into the groin, nearer the pelvis. If you can push your heel away a little bit more and get a bit more extension through the leg, then you'll feel it run more down the adductor, the inner thigh. Either of those are good. Try not to let the pelvis rotate. Left buttock on the mat. And then I'm going to bend that right knee in once again. Release the toe, take the foot to the floor with the knee bent. Well done. Drawing the left leg in. Hooking the fingers around the left big toe. Pressing the knee down towards the floor on the outside of my body. So just opening the hip first. And then gradually starting to extend the foot away. Now that can be from the knee joint you're moving, or it can be from the hip joint, up to you. Feeling the stretch. So So sometimes it's good to start with a more bent stretch into the groin, and then gradually extend into the inner thigh. Right leg extending away if you can. Right side of the body into the floor. I feel much better on this side. Left leg is better than right. Shoulders are down evenly. Bend that knee slowly, please. And then place the foot on the floor. Lovely. Let's go for a full body stretch. Slide your legs away. Turn your palms up, open your chest and shoulders, and let's just relax here for now. Breathing slowly and evenly. Can you roll your head slowly to one side on an in-breath? Exhale as it comes back. Keep that moving slowly. Once your head has been equally to both sides, come back and hold your head in the center. Let's float both arms over the head on an in-breath. And then hold the stretch and the breath. Exhale, come back slowly, softening down the rib cage. Bring the palms to the floor and pause the breath. Arm float, inhale. Lengthen and pause the breath. Exhale, come back. Soften down the rib cage. Last time, soften down. Float the arms, inhale. And this time just continue to breathe, but really lengthen to the skirting boards. Open the palms, stretch the fingers. Push the heels away and pull the toes back. And then give your fingers and toes a wriggle. Give your wrists and ankles a circle. And then gently bring the arms back over. Once your palms are on the floor, bend your knees in one at a time. Roll onto the side of the body and come up safely to the seated position. And just cross the legs. And just recenter yourself. Open your chest, close your eyes, relax your shoulders. Focus on the breath. Opening your eyes, place the right hand down, extend the left arm up. Eyes follow hand, inhale. Exhale, come back. Go the other way, reach, lift. Extend. Inhale. And exhale. Coming coming back to center. Hands in the breastbone. Stretch up, inhale. Come down, exhale. Namaste. Thank you very much indeed.